third award right now is Lifetime Achievement Award. And I think that all of you out there understand that it's one thing to make wine. It's a totally different thing to try to be able to sell it. In the evolution of the wine industry in America, maybe there's many leaders. Three that come to mind are the Mondavis and the Gallos. And the third to me is, as it says here, and I'm going to read it here right now, a masterful strategist, a lobbyist, and a nudist. No, it doesn't actually say that. I'm sorry, John, it was written down here. Lobbyist is the word. Lobbyist named John DeLuca, who is the recipient of the Wine Enthusiast 2004 Lifetime Achievement Award. In the course of his 28 years as the president and CEO of the Wine Institute, John transformed all of this into the nation's leading advocacy group, tackling and resolving critical problems. His commitment and his vision helped create a secure future for all of us in this room. We would not be here right now. For the production, the sales, and the appreciation for the consumers of wine. Just to pull it all together, I would like to call up Gina Gallo. Gina, are you in the audience? Gina Gallo, come on down. Gina Gallo, come on down and help me give out this award.
Hello, everybody. I'm really not. I'm honored. I'm absolutely thrilled to be here. My father, though, and my mother were supposed to be here, and unfortunately, because of the storm, my dad could not come in. And I have to say, the few of you that know him, he's not one to jump in front of a mic, but for this talk, I know he really wants to be here. So he gave me a few words for me to deliver. So this is from him. Good evening. How great it is to be in New York. Unfortunately, he's not here. This was our honeymoon destination over 45 years ago. It is my privilege to introduce this year's Wine Enthusiast Lifetime Achievement Award winner. He led our industry to higher levels during his presidency. His wisdom has guided us in making the wine industry a bright light and a positive influence on the public. My appreciation goes out to Adam Strum and the Wine Enthusiast for recognition of this honoree and their continued support for our industry. The honoree has been a leader for everyone in our industry. As president and CEO of the Wine Institute from 1975 to 2003, he has transformed a group of vintners, each promoting a lot of self-interest, into an organization operating more like a family, working together for the success and the good of all. Milestones such as the Code of Advertising at the beginning of tenure, and most recently, the California Sustainable Wine Growing Alliance are two examples of his many accomplishments. California's highest and most prestigious environment honor was recently bestowed on the Wine Institute by Governor Schwarzenegger for implementing the California Sustainable Wine Growing Alliance. Your honoree has brought state and national government leaders to the table to recognize this great industry and to respect our contribution to a more productive economy. We even put smiles on their faces, of course, after enjoying a glass of wine. Recently, he turned the reins over to Bobby Cook, our new president and CEO, who he brought into the Wine Institute and mentored for over 10 years. Your honoree now carries on his vice chairman of the board for the Wine Institute. Your honoree has always been a family man, and our industry has historically been a family industry. He and Josephine have been a great team, each supporting the other. Josephine's work in community education and environmental matters have complemented his efforts to lead our industry. Aside from his incredible positive impact on our industry, most importantly, he has been the closest to a brother that I have ever known. Josephine and he have enriched Marie, my mother, and my life. And I have to improv here, all of us, the children, especially me. If ever there has been a true friend in my personal life, it is him. You know, as we walk through life, we meet many fine individuals, but there will never be anyone that can touch the hearts, the souls of so many as he has. In conclusion, his life reminds me of a great play that I've seen many times, The Most Happy Fella. John, you are that man. Because of your devotion, you have made many happy fellows throughout this industry, promoting wine and loyal friends for our industry has been and will always be your legacy. Please join me in congratulating John DeLuca, the most prestigious honor. God bless you, John, Josephine, and your beautiful family. Thank you.
Looking around, I now know how Mussolini must have felt when he was at the Piazza del Popolo with the Colosseum and with the Victor Emmanuel. Never put an Italian on a balcony, believe me. This is a very moving evening. I'd like to make 3 acknowledgments and then some very brief remarks. I don't want to be remembered as the guy who held up the dinner at the Wine Enthusiast event. Adam, you know about industries and about countries and about people by who you hold up to honor. And obviously, the Wine Enthusiast, with the extraordinary luminaries, myself excluded, tells you that he and his staff are really the stewards not only of the word but also of our soul and ethic. And I commend you. Gina, your family personifies and embodies the very best that we project as an industry. We wouldn't be an industry were it not for Ernest and Julio, the second and third generations. Everybody has made a great contribution, but it's been your family that's given us the muscle tone. Otherwise, we'd be really a sort of a cottage industry rather than world-class competitors taking on the best in the world. And I want to acknowledge the real lifetime achievement that I have is my wife married, my marriage, and my children. My wife has been the architect and the choreographer of all the good things that I'm associated with. My daughter here, Carla, representing our family, her new family to be the War Folks. That is really my pride and joy. You know, when you go before your maker, he isn't going to say, what awards did you get? He's going to say, what did you do with the souls I entrusted you with? And that is the real joy, and that is the real honor that I carry, my family. And it is so easy to carry that over into the work of the wine industry because it has been a family. Times like this, you look back for inspiration. There are many people I could quote from the Greeks and from the German philosophers, but there is one in 1923 by Robert Frost, a poem called Stopping by the Woods on a Snowy Evening, very appropriate here. The woods are lovely, dark, and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. Tonight is not the culmination for me of a phase, a lifetime, but it's really sort of an initiation rite, a passage to another phase as it unfolds. And I've been given both roots and wings by the Wine Institute. Roots by creating a new position, Executive Vice Chairman, where I can still stay in the industry, not retired, emeritus, or consultant. And wings, permitting me to take on some of the larger questions in the state. I have 2 positions at Berkeley, 1 at Harvard at the Kennedy School, and I've been lucky to be appointed as a senior advisor for the University of California for all of its 10 campuses on the issues dealing with energy, with water, with food safety, with air quality. So that has given me another opportunity to serve. And in truth, I accept this award not because my name is on it, but because I represent so many people over the years. I'm so proud of the newest dietary guidelines that affects every single person in this room and outside. When the government now says it's not only benefits for cardiovascular benefits, but it's also for all-cause mortality. Just think of what that means for every single one of you as we get to commanding heights in our country and redefine the whole debate in this country about alcohol and its implications for our society. I want to end on one of the greatest passages I can remember from Shakespeare. It's Brutus and Julius Caesar. They're talking with Antony about positioning their troops. And Brutus says, "There is a tide in the affairs of man, which when taken at the flood leads on to fortune. Omitted, all the voyage of their lives is bound in shallows and in miseries. On such a full sea are we now afloat, and we must take that current when it serves or lose our venues." I'm on a full sea. This is such a wonderful opportunity and occasion, but that current really carries me back to the scenes of my childhood. 3.5 miles from here, the Lower East Side of New York, Hell's Kitchen, when my parents, Pietro and Francesco DeLuca, couldn't speak English, inspired me and my brother and sister to dream big dreams and to emphasize education. It's only 3.5 miles away, 70 years ago, but I want to thank you for vindicating the love and the sacrifice that my parents showed and the dreams that they held out for all of us. Thank you very much.